How's it going, everyone? Today we're gonna be talking something a little bit weird. All right, it's getting weirder and weirder over here. Okay, first you had the Drake situation, and now you got this. A political streamer named Vaush got his homework folder leaked. Is all I'm gonna say. Basically, stuff he's into got exposed. Now, okay, it's embarrassing. He's streaming. The stuff he's into gets exposed. Okay, laugh at him, make fun of him. Like that's all you probably would think, right? It'd be like, wouldn't be a big deal. That's until you get to what he's into. Now, one thing he has is some horse things, stuff with horses. And the images I saw didn't seem like cartoon horses, didn't seem like furry stuff. No, no, it looked like real horses, but maybe I wasn't looking at it right. Maybe I just had to squint my eyes a little bit before I made it just like my full decision of what I was actually looking at. But then now apparently I will say this. Apparently he has a bit where he talks about horse, you know, but like apparently so it's like a running gag, and people are making the argument that maybe that's just like a running gag thing. It's not actually him being into it. And I'm just gonna say, well, why would that be in your folder for the other stuff you're into? One of them being lolly, flat out lolly. I mean, he made an argument saying it's like goblin, like short stack kind of thing. What I saw, it was just flat out lolly. It was flat out lolly. All right, I thought I could give him the benefit of the doubt. So I did my research, I did my digging, I looked at the clip, and I saw, and it looked like lolly. Yeah.
The other one is like a threesome with two chicks and a guy. And in retrospect, looking at it, knowing now that that artist is a lolicon, yeah, I can see it. When I looked at it, I think the vibe that I got was like short stack, thick kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like the way like goblins get drawn in porn. You'll have to entertain me for a moment on this presumed shared knowledge of how goblins get drawn in pornography. But you know how they're all like thick short stacks, right?
And I'm not going to show you the images because I can't do that. Now, why would I do that? Because that's just gross. But yeah, no, it's flat out lolly. But his whole argument is that it's not lolly. It's like just short stack. Like goblin girls or something. And it's like, but they're not goblins. They're not goblins. No, they don't look like what you're saying. And let's say they did. Let's say they did. They're still not goblins. Your argument on the goblin thing is not like true. Not the case. Now, he's a political streamer. He talks about more the left wing of things, and I don't really watch many political streamers. What I watch is like, or just anything that doesn't have to do with politics, because I could care less about politics. It's kind of the most boring thing I could ever listen to. Especially since when you listen to any debate when it comes to politics, it just seems like two grown-ups arguing about basically the same thing and getting no result. Literal insanity. But he's on the left side, and he probably talks about, I don't know, rights of some people. I don't know what he talks about. The only political streamers I know about is like, or not even streamers, just political people I know about is like Ben Shapiro or like Shoe on Head or what's that one dude who made like the What Is a Woman documentary? I forgot his name, but he made that. That's basically the only thing I know about like people who go into politics. And this guy's, of course, he has fans backing him up. Literally, he made a video, which I'll play some clips on of the video, of him making a defense about the goblin short stack thing, and he also made some defense about saying it's like, oh, so it just didn't look like that. I don't care what you say, it just didn't look like that kind of stuff. I'll show the clips there. So, anyways, he talks about this stuff, but people are like listening to what his defense is, and they're agreeing with him. They're 100% on his side. They aren't against him. No, they aren't. They won't be against them because like the way I view it is when you're someone who's looking for political opinion, looking for someone to have a political opinion, the same political opinion you have, or to tell you what you should feel, which is 90% of these YouTubers and streamers. That's what the internet has come to. It's like people don't have genuine political opinions that they think for themselves. In my opinion, it's just people looking for someone to tell them how they should feel instead of actually looking back and thinking how they should actually feel for themselves. But he basically has people going backing him up now saying like, oh, okay, we understand, buddy, we understand. And then of course you got the people that are the opposing opinion, right, the right, making fun of him. And honestly, the one time the one time I'm gonna be like, you know what? I'm not a political person, but I'm siding with the right here. I'm gonna make fun of you too. You're getting made fun of as well. I'm gonna side with them and make fun of you because honestly, what? Why? Okay, I feel like even if you are into this stuff, so you should have like enough of the know-how, the knowledge to be like, you got to keep that so hidden in the like back of things where it can never be exposed, because that is like the most embarrassing and probably the most disgusting thing you could probably be into, which is lollies. And I've made the same debate when it came to lollies for a long time, where I think the idea of like a character of a lolly, like in a show or in like an anime, you have a character that's like 1,000-year-old dragon and if it looks like a child. You can have that character, just don't sexualize it. Don't, just don't do it. Don't do the no, because it's just weird. It's kind of gross. It makes you feel uncomfortable. The amount of times I've watched anime and then they do that stuff, it's like it's one of the reasons I don't watch much anime now, because it's just so uncomfortable. And people are saying, "Oh, well, it's a 2D thing, right? Like you can't make the argument there of like, or it's like because it's fictional, it's not real, it's pixels." And I'm like, you have the option to be into an older character or an older looking character, and you chose the younger looking character. Like, I mean, all I'm gonna say, it's a little bit sus,
It was truly more sus than a character from Among Us.
little bit sus. I don't. I'm gonna stand by that. It's a little. I think you should be on a watch list. But regardless of that, you you can't really like you clearly can tell that he's not like happy about how he's embarrassed, right? He knows like he looks like a freak because he is a freak. But he is obviously just like trying to gear it to not seem as bad or say, "Oh, I didn't realize this," and things like that, right? Because you make him uh pretty much just like, if he makes it viewed as not as bad, people can probably easily forgive him. Now I will say this: he hasn't hurt anyone, right? He's still a freak, but he hasn't hurt anyone, so it's not this big deal of locking him up or anything like that. Like, calm down, calm down. This is all right. I'll. I think it's weird. I think you're a little bit of a creep if you're into this, and maybe you should be like monitored. But locking him up, that's not gonna work. Okay, that's a bad idea. Okay, because then you're gonna have a whole. I'm not. So don't suggest locking him up. If he's actually hurting someone, then lock him up. But then you have people like apparently Tipster, which I have some interesting interactions with Tipster. Before I got into doing this channel, I've had debates with him on Twitter. I've had debates. They were pretty funny because I was just gonna say it was pretty funny. It was pretty funny, but he apparently is a little bit of a weirdo, a little bit of a freak. I don't know much about his situation, other than the fact I just find it funny that it turns out he's now like hated by a lot of his people that he used to run around with, like Turkey Tom and like and Nicholas Diorio, which I had issues with Nicholas Diorio, but look, at least he made better. When I was debating with Nicholas Diorio and then Tipster jumped in, at least Nicholas Diorio made some better debates than what he was trying to make. Like, he actually was succeeding. He was actually making more sense. But regardless, like, Tipster's defending this guy and saying, "Oh, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine," and then you'll have people like Rev Says Desu go, "It's fine. This is not weird. It's completely fine. If you have a problem with this, then you're just like an idiot. You're sensitive. You're a little crybaby." And it's like, yeah, but I don't like I don't look at that stuff like you do, man. All right, so I mean, like, there's no point in debating with you. All right, I think I've already won the debate. Okay, because I'm not the one looking at this stuff. You are. Which is why I find it funny too. You have people making debates on Lolicons. It's like, it's not like even a serious debate to have with them, because like in reality you're still the one not looking at characters that look like children in a horrible way. All right, you're not the one doing that, so I think you've already won. You've won by default. So basically, that was the whole situation with Voss. Not Voss. Vaush. Yeah, it's embarrassing. It's kind of gross, and you don't really want to be 10 feet near him. You want to be as far away from him as possible. He probably smells. Anyways, that's basically it. Bye.